What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. Today's video, we're going to show you guys how to finally slow down those pesky rollout corners with a coverage concept. Yes, a concept that you can call from any defensive front in Madden 20 to help get you click on interceptions and finally take away those rollout corner routes. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to watch me play Madden live, you guys can find me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ZanMadden. The link is below in the description. Go ahead and click that. Give me a follow there. You guys can also find my ebook bundle in the description. If you guys are looking for a way to finish Madden 20 on a different note, maybe finish it on a strong note heading into Madden 21, you guys can get my full Washington Redskins offensive ebook from the single back wing tight U, and wing tight Z, as well as my comprehensive 3-4 bear defensive game plan where I show you guys how to shut down all of the meta runs, stop those rollout corners, and also provide unique coverage concepts to stop spread passing players as well. I've spent well over 35,000 snaps in this defense this year. It's something I've run since day one, and I know you guys will enjoy it. Now, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and put those rollout corners to bed all year long. All year long, we have been hearing about how cut blocking and rolling out and throwing corner routes has been the meta. All year long, I have continued to stop these concepts very easily. If you guys have been watching me on my Twitch channel, like I said, you can watch me do this every single day. It's something that I do with ease. The two biggest things in this game this year are stopping the run. We have that checked from the 3-4 Bears since day one. And stopping the rollout corners. We've had that check from the 3-4 bear as well, but today I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag and show you the coverage concept that you guys can use to shut this down from various formations in the game. In fact, I'm going to call a formation that I've spent exactly 0 snaps in this year, the 4-4 split. I think it's 0 snaps. We're actually going to find out right here. Now, again, guys, this is a concept. I want you to find whatever defense is comfortable for you guys. I want you guys to get in that, and I want you to manipulate the pass rushers, the different drop zones, the different spies, the different coverages, the way that you want. Find your user the way you want to do this. I think 4-4 split could actually be pretty good to slow this down just because of the way the safety sets up. And we'll talk about this concept from a couple formations here. So again, guys, if you guys are impressed with this video before we get into it, I want you guys to definitely consider checking out the rest of my defensive ebook. Again, you guys can find my PayHip account. It will be in the description. You guys can check that out, and it will give you all the videos, over 3 hours of content on both sides of the ball. The defensive side of the ball is where I definitely make my living year after year. I'm a defensive-minded player, and this is something I've had in my arsenal since the middle of the year. I mean, early middle of the year when rollout corners were a problem, and everyone was saying they were unguardable. They're really not that unguardable. Okay, guys, let's actually show it to you now. 4-4 split. All you guys got to do, find a cover 3 match concept. This could be a blitz. This could be a straight up match coverage with a base rush. Anything that is a cover 3 shell with pink zones. It's that simple. If you take a look here, yeah, I've spent maybe 4. It looks like I've spent upwards of 50 snaps in 4-4 split this year. Probably all in August, I would guess. But all you need is a cover 3 match concept. That's it. Cover 3 match. And then from there, you're just going to literally, I'm going to put the ball in a hash. You're going to literally base align and press your coverage. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, and I've heard other content creators talk about this on Twitter in reference to my tip out of 3-4 bear. They're like, well, if you do this, you're just going to get bombed for a 1-play touchdown. Well, that's if you don't use your head and you don't make a couple other coverage adjustments that I'm actually going to show you in this video. So to stop the rollout corners, it's as simple as base aligning and pressing out of a cover 3 match shell. And then this player right here on the outside, both of these two DBs need to have high play recognition and high zone coverage. If you don't believe me, test it out for yourself. Play recognition and zone coverage both matter when playing match. The higher the PRC and the zone coverage are combined, usually average them together, the quicker they will convert into the match and give you click on potential for picks. Now in regs, this will perform far worse than it will in salary cap, than it will in MUT. But it is something that you can do. Now, also keep in mind that on the offensive side of the ball, the offensive players don't have as high route running ratings. So you may notice that while the players in regs don't play as well, they still have the potential to click on and make those plays. Now let's go ahead and show you just the rollout corner. So if I were to go ahead and do this here, we'll go ahead and run, everyone's favorite play, yada, yada. We're gonna set up our rollout, our little cut block, and everyone knows how this play goes. They like to basically roll out, throw the ball to Snead, and look for the one play score over the top to Hollywood Brown. So pretty easy, right? They all do it this way. So we're gonna go ahead and do our cut block. Now we roll out and we go to throw this corner. Now this is the corner route that always gets open, right? So what I wanna show you here is if we swap our corners and get our best guy possible. Now, if you guys are obviously playing Ultimate Team, you guys are probably looking at high play recognition on both sides, but you definitely want to have high zone and you want to have high play recognition. Like I said, Greg's a little bit tougher, but you see right here, we don't really have a whole lot going on in the play recognition department. Earl Thomas is about the best that we have, but he's actually a 91 play rec and a 96 zone. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put him, I'm actually going to sub him out in center field. And I'm just going to put Trawick there. And I'm going to put Earl Thomas in the spot that Marcus Peters is playing. And I want you to watch this. Now, take an eye towards Peters on this play. It's not that we couldn't click on. If you have quick click on stick, this player right here, you notice how he's not backing up to the skinny post. He actually starts to get affinity for this, and he converts into his match mad late. You see that there's about 3 or 4 yards underneath. This is the problem, right? You want to be able to get this so you can play this a little bit tighter and click on and undercut this for picks. When I play the game, I've been playing all year with a variety of corners. I probably tested more corners in Madden Ultimate Team than any other content creator in our community. I've tested literally every DB that's come out. I am known as the agility snob, the play recognition snob when it comes to corners. It's something that I test probably more than anybody. You want to make sure that you have high zone, high play recognition. Those are the two most important things. And then you need the agility to be able to click on and swoop in and make those plays. If you don't believe me, try it out. The higher the agility goes, the better your click on response will be. I anticipate that that's going to be very much the same in Madden 21 as we're hearing that users are sluggish and there's this new change of direction rating. This is something to pay attention to as we go forward into Madden 21. But now what we're going to notice is, 3 or 4 yards was the difference there. I'm going to go ahead and respot the ball now. And you're going to notice that Earl Thomas with his 91 play recognition and 96 zone coverage in this assignment is going to play it far better than Peters did. Not that Peters played it terribly. If we try to make that throw, there's a chance we can get click on and maybe get in there and jar that loose if they don't have a catch cam. But I want to lock this down. So let's go ahead and show it to you here. Now we go ahead and do the rollout. Earl Thomas gets the affinity for that. And actually what's happening right there is due to the 4-4, the slot receiver is actually bumping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do something a little bit wild. I'm going to pinch my linebackers so that way they don't get bumped off the line. I want to get an organic release here and kind of show this to you. So we're going to go ahead and do this here. Now we're going to give a clean release to Willie Snead. Now watch. He breaks right out there. There's Earl Thomas all over that route, and then he backs off. So that is how you take away that throwing lane, is you want to find a match coverage. Obviously here in this example, we're bumping into Willie Snead. So you want to base a line and press it. Cover 3 match concept, base a line and press it. Now, you know how this goes. Everybody likes to do their little cut block routine. They like to roll out and they like to look for their corner route. And then they want to bomb the post over the top. This is where we get beat, right? This is the throw that everyone's like, well, if you just do that, you're going to beat over the top. Okay, let's go ahead and put that to bed then. So what we're going to do here in this example is we are going to change how this looks. We're actually going to make an adjustment. So your user is someone on the field, whoever you want it to be. They're going to play an inside third as well. You're going to have a deep middle third responsibility. So let's say that you're on the right side of the field, deep middle third responsibility. What you can do is take the other deep middle third and rotate him to the other side of the field from where you are. Some formations will automatically do this. Some formations like 4-4 split, single high safety at all times, no matter what coverage shell you call, he lines up straight in center field. Go ahead and rotate him over here. So that way when he rotates into his middle third, he rotates into this area of the field where the post is breaking to, and that allows him to realize where he needs to be. Now, the other thing on this, you also have the ability with this to literally cover the post yourself. So when you take a look at something like this, you know, you got this seam route to Boyle and then the post route to Hollywood. It's designed to keep that center fielder in conflict where he's pulling off of that. But but I want you to kind of notice. So right here with a Woodasaur, I'm going to go ahead and click off him. He would actually be a deep responsibility with the user. What I like to do is I like to get out, take away this throwing lane, and then peel back all the way to the post. I'm not going to be able to do that on this play, but I want you to also pay attention to how rotating this center fielder, again, a little bit higher play recognition, zone coverage, and speed will help. I've got Sean Taylor back there, but this will considerably help with the rollout corners. So you see right here how he rolls out. And what ends up happening is when they make this throw, my user is supposed to be there. That is where I would be with my user. Now, of course, you've got a little bit less underneath zone coverage. So what do you do with that? What do you do with that? Of course, we're the 4-4. This is a terrible coverage formation. I mean, this is designed to stop the run. It's a 4-4 front. But as long as we have that rollout corner taken away, that is the most important part. You can adapt from there and take away the one-play scores over the top. I mean, as you see this here, consistently, Earl Thomas all over that rollout corner. And then you also have that seam flat that kind of bites out underneath that as well. But again, our user is going to be back. Now, what do we do here with this? So one thing I like to do a lot with this is I like to end up actually dropping my non-ability rushers. If you guys watch me, I run 3 pass rush abilities and I lurk with a non-lurker ability player. So, you know, in a 4-4 defense, I'd probably have an edge threat elite here. I'd probably have an edge threat elite here. And I'd probably have a pass rush elite somewhere like right here. So you're getting 3 guys shedding. One of my guys would drop into a spy of some sort. And then the other one is definitely going to be playing some sort of hook over the middle. I actually like to play vertical hooks a fair amount as well. The 4-4 won't afford this to you at the middle linebacker spot. But I definitely like to run this concept out of 3-4 where you get a little bit better drop zone off the line. So what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and show you. So let me go ahead and go into a defense such as, 3-4 odd. 3-4 odd's a good example. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and put some athletes on the field at the DN spots. So let's say that we're in 3-4 odd and I'm calling cover 3 match. Let's just say for the sake of the play here, we're going to go ahead and let's imagine that Pernell McPhee is edge threat elite. Let's imagine that Matthew Judon's an edge threat elite. And let's imagine that Michael Pierce is a pass rush elite. What I would do is I would put athletes at these 2 spots. And I would actually drop them into coverage off the line. Rush your 3 ability players, drop your non-ability players, is the way I've always played this. So, cover 3 match. We're going to do the same deal here. So everybody likes to run it this way. We're going to go ahead and base align. We're going to press. And we're going to make sure that's Marlon Humphrey right there. Earl Thomas is out here. So what we're going to end up doing here is we're going to rotate our center fielder. We could have, actually what I would end up doing is I'd probably lurk with a safety or whatever. But typically you have 2 safeties in center field, 1 on each side rotating from each side. So you see how this works. And then you typically would have, something like this. So you can put these guys into purple zones, and then I would drop, 1 guy into a vertical hook, an athlete, and 1 guy into a spy, an athlete, to make sure that you have the ability to cover the short middle of the field with your user. And then also have something that can spy, take away short throws over the middle. So when we go to this, you basically will kind of cover, you're going to cover out here, and then you peel back, and you're going to be able to take away the skinny post. Now, you see that Earl Thomas needs to be on the other side because of the play recognition. The higher play recognition, the faster they convert into man coverage. So let me go ahead and put Earl Thomas at this spot so we swap with Humphrey. Once you go back and watch Humphrey on the previous example, he didn't convert to the corner route nearly as fast. The other thing to consider is that Willie Snead keeps getting shoved on these plays. So also kind of consider that. Some formations obviously will shove the guy to the inside, and that's what makes this difficult because that guy doesn't convert fast enough. You see how that throwing lane to Willie Snead is going to be there later in the play if we don't get sacked. So that's something to consider as well. Just for the sake of this here, I really want to show the coverage more so than anything. So I'm going to go ahead and move these guys out wide, which some players do already anyways. But you can see, we do something. We'll go ahead and respot the ball. Let me respot the ball so Earl Thomas is on the other side here. Okay, so he's out there now. So baseline press, you're outside thirds. I'm going to move these guys out wide for wider rush angles. Doesn't really matter. Do something crazy like this. You know, these guys in purple zones. And then this guy in the center field. And I like to use the running back side when I'm facing tight slots. Or tight offset. But now what you're going to end up seeing is, barring any type of bumping into Snead real quick, we should see Earl Thomas is going to play that. Now, Jefferson, when we run this play, he's basically going to be able to kind of use her. You see how Earl Thomas is there? You also see how that backside hook is matching. That happens routinely when you play this type of coverage. Routinely when you play this type of coverage. That hook curl is a absolute goon for me. I play guys like Keith Bullock, Fred Warner off the line at defensive end in 3-4 to get them to start playing some matching principles. So watch how that vertical hook turns and starts running with the skinny post. You have user freedom. You got the underneath guarded with the curl flats. And those three guys that are getting stonewalled actually are rush ability players when you are playing, you know, with your MUT team or whatever. Or if you're playing CFM, you build it that way. And you just see here how clean this plays. And again, you can kind of see how this safety that's rotating right here from this side is going to end up being able to play, you know, the skinny post or the, you know, the seam route a lot better. And I have user freedom. So this guy right here that I'm bumping into with the blue circle, this is actually my user. You see how free I am to take the skinny post, how free I am to lurk the corner, which isn't really that open. All of a sudden, your user didn't have to be anywhere to manually guard a route because we've got, you know, the computer to cover it. So you have a lot of freedom with your user right here with this blue circle to do whatever you want. If I want to take away the seam, I can. If I want to go forcefully defend the rollout corner, I can. If I want to jump hitches and drags and playmakers underneath, I can. If I want to wait on tight end delay fades out of certain formations, I can. Now let's go ahead and do this again. What if we were to put the ball, let me go ahead and put the ball in the other hash real quick. And we'll show you the same concept applied to maybe like bunch. So let me go ahead and flip the formation here, and I'm going to audible into gun bunch weak. We're going to run, let me go ahead and run Z spot. That's got a rollout corner in it. So, you know, we get these max protect type schemes as well. So, you know, we do the same deal. Base align, press, put this guy into a middle third. I mean, it's going to be up to you what you want to do, what formation. You'll have to make the underneath adjustments accordingly. Again, another reason that, in my opinion, 3-4 Bear is the best defense in the game. But that's for my subs on the Twitch channel and also for the people that buy the ebook. But you can definitely see here how this works. Now, the one thing to be aware of when you're facing a spread set is this guy can get beat in his press alignment. This is mainly for your, you know, your players that run bunch. This is something to be aware of. You know, don't allow this guy to get bumped. So what I do is I'll typically deep quarter him. Because if you play the press, there's a lot of times where he'll just give a guy like a cloud flat shove and get torched down the sideline. So you can play something like this. Now, again, when people are rolling out, they're going to tell you too. I mean, they're going to do the ID the mic, the cut block thing. And when they point, you know what side they roll out to. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you go back and do so. But again, you're going to see right here how Earl Thomas on this play, like this is such a meta route combo right here. This right here. Earl Thomas on this play is going to basically convert from the compression side. So watch how this works. Watch how Earl is going to wait on this corner route, and he's going to snap back to it. And you actually see how that vertical hook took away that play as well. Let me actually throw the ball away so I can throw that to you. Show that throw to you. So you notice how the vertical hook dropping off the line on the bunch side covers that corner route. It's pretty amazing how this works. So watch how this player, when I dropped him into the vertical hook against a street corner combination, turns and converts into man coverage and stays underneath of that throw. Now right here, due to, I think, some of the bumping, and you see how Willie Snead kind of ran inside on this route rather than outside. Because he ran to the inside of that curl flat defender, that's why Earl Thomas backed out. But you see right here, the underneath vertical hook makes this down and outside pass lead very, very tough. Now let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and audible into the bunch again. Again, guys, everything you're seeing here in practice mode is going to be way worse than what you're going to see here in MUT as well. So any effectiveness you see in practice mode gets amplified when you go into Ultimate Team because everyone has really, really good ratings, especially for play recognition and man coverage. All right, so let me go ahead and get, just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy out of the way. I'm going to put him into a purple zone. We're worried more so about the rollout corners than we are the underneath stuff. I'm going to get him out of the way. I'm gonna rush him off the edge, move him out of the way. I just want to give a free release to Willie Snead just to show the purpose of the coverage here. So we base the line, we press. This guy can go into a middle third as well. So you drop your zones however you want. So again, guys, Bynes is just out of the way here, so that way he doesn't bump Snead here at the release. Hopefully he doesn't anyways. But again here, watch Earl Thomas. Free release to Snead. Here comes the corner route. Earl Thomas is going to be right in that spot. The vertical hook is right in that spot. You have it bagged. Pretty well bagged. Now, for me, pound for pound, 3-4 Bears, the best rollout coverage defense in the game, because you don't have to do any crazy manipulations like you've watched me do out of 4-4 and 3-4 odd. There are other good formations. I think this one right here, 3-3-5 wide, is fantastic because it's set up perfectly for you. You've got edge rushers ready to roll on both sides. You could drop, outside backers at this spot. So I can put Bowser and Wormley, Bowser and McPhee there. Call 3 Sam Will blitz and just let it roll, right? So, if you face somebody who runs tight offset, you can go 3-3-5 wide. A lot of people say 3-3-5 wide has no coverage in it. You're just calling the wrong coverages, in my opinion. So, you see, you could go with something that looks, like this. Let me go ahead and get him out of the way here. So that way he's rushing wide. So see Humphreys there. Who's out here? That's Jimmy Smith. I'm not sure Jimmy Smith's going to make the play, but let's go ahead and take a look here. I doubt he will, but, again, higher play recognition, you'll get the job done. We'll make that sub here when we can. Go ahead and sit on the nose tackle. So watch out, Snead. He's going to run this corner route right into Jimmy Smith's zone, and Jimmy Smith is all over that. That's a click-on pick. I mean, computer damn near picked it. So you just see how the baseline press outside third is going to be the best zone in the game to guard this. A lot of people think it's palms. Palms, the problem with palms is that there are many coverage route combinations in the game that can bust the lid on palms that are glitchy. Like you get these random rules that just break out of the box, and it screws up the palms call. With cover 3 match, to me, it's, there are issues with cover 3 match, but there are less issues with cover 3 match than there are with cover 4 palms. Cover 4 palms is a good coverage on the competitive level because I firmly believe there's a lot of pros out there that don't know what palms actually is. They just think of it as a rollout corner defense, but it's very easily manipulated. I've shown a lot of those on the channel here over the last, probably 2 months. Just, a slant and a streak bust cover 4 palms from a twins look. There's a lot of things that bust cover 4 palms that, typically don't IRL. And, for me, like, I don't want to risk calling that coverage because if you run into the random player who understands the X's and O's of football, they can shred you up pretty easily when you're in palms. But cover 3 match, pound for pound, for me, some of the best blitzes in the game. I mean, most of the blitzes in the game that you look at are cover 2 or cover 3. The cover 3 have match rules applied to them already. So when you actually go and you look at, some of your blitzes in the game, I mean, that one that we just called 3 Sam, I think it was 3 Sam Will is what it was called. It's the same principles, right? So the coverage behind the blitz call is a cover 3 matching style concept. So when you take a look at any formation in the game, Bucks lay at 3, same deal, right? If I were to call that, let me go ahead and put, I'm going to put Earl Thomas. Let me go ahead and put Earl Thomas over here. So now, if we're in Bucks lane at 3, let's say you want to dial up a cover 3 blitz against this call. Maybe they're rolling out right into these guys. So who's to say you can't do something like this where, you go ahead and do this cover 3 dial up, and let's say they even try to do the cut block thing. So if they do the cut block, you're going to notice that, you're going to be able to stop this. You really are. You see how Earl Thomas is just waiting on that? And then you have to throw that ball all the way over the top. Now, if that's Sean Taylor covering from the backside, that's not a touchdown. That's Hollywood Brown, 98 speed against, Jefferson, who's in the low 80s in terms of speed. So you see how this works. The rollout corner is taken away. Now all they have is playmakers and posts. It is that simple, guys. Call any type of cover 3 match, high play recognition, high zone coverage, high agility. That is the answer. Apply it to your defense. Make sure you guys follow the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have tips like this next year. We're going to have tips like this on the Madden 21 website that I'll be launching here before 21 drops. Hope you guys liked the video. Make sure that you give it a like. Let me know what you think of the tip, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the support. Wanted to go ahead and get this tip out to you and show you kind of what, the subscribers that have been following me on Twitch, on YouTube, on, Playbook GG formerly before it disbanded, the type of stuff that we bring up. So thank you guys, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Get in the lab and good luck.